Happy Tuesday, Fasting Tuesday. Hope you're excited. It's going to be a good day because we are going to fast and we're going to know Jesus more, and we're going to see breakthrough for Cade and hopefully in your life as well.
Yeah.
Just a quick update on Cade. He's getting treatment this week, a 5-day treatment, and this treatment is his most intense treatment. He has like 6 or 7 of these.
He had 6 originally.
It's
well,
6.
But we're 4.
Yeah, we're thankful. This one's actually a reduced dose, which means because he didn't hit his counts like the past couple weeks, they give him less chemotherapy medicine this week. So again, God is his master oncologist, working with some great oncologists at IU North. So we're so thankful. Actually, I already started treatment, had people come and pray, and I walked in the hospital room from work today in the morning, and there were already like 2 of our friends there, and just feel so covered. And so again, just wanted to thank you. And Cade's doing great. He is just off the walls even tonight and having fun, and we have family in town, so we're so thankful for just feeling covered at the moment. So that's why we're asking you to pray. We're not doing anything else but just thanking you and asking you to pray, and just asking you to partner with what God's doing, not only in our journey but hopefully in your journey, and you're seeing breakthrough on your end.
Yeah. I think this week as we were preparing, we forgot to share kind of good news is we do this urine collection to test for a specific kidney a specific chemo that's hard on his kidneys. And so the doctor this morning was just talking us through like different things and said that his kidney function actually went up a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it improved.
Yeah, so we were like, we don't want to just let things like that slide and even think like, oh, that's just normal, because it's not normal. And we're really thankful that Cade's body is this far into treatment, getting better. And I said that wrong. This is 5th of 5 days, right?
Yeah.
So
we're believing, and so after this treatment, he'll have 2 weeks off, and then we go into our last 12 weeks of treatment. And so it's the last third of treatment. And I remember breaking up our radiation the same way.
Yeah.
Even though radiation was only like a total of 20 days long, I think it was 14 treatments over that many days, because the weekends we would have off. But I remember just kind of breaking that up almost into thirds, and it was in weeks actually. And they said the last week would be the worst week, and as far as just throwing up and just, I don't want to get into it, but it was Cade's best week. Yeah. So that's why I don't want to get into it, because we just can't worry about those things, and we just throw them on Jesus, because he can handle the burden, and we can't always. So that's what we're going to do with these last 12 weeks. So expect to hear more and more of that too coming up.
Yeah. I think this past week, Chad and I we went on a date on Friday night, and got to kind of talk and share. And I think we both realized Friday was just one of those days where I was talking to someone, you just feel like you're just crying all the time. And I didn't realize that I even needed to cry. And I think you were saying, just realizing that our hearts, it's easy to let your hearts not be alive in this, in hard weeks, to just kind of like shut down and shut off everything and think I'm protecting myself. And I remember listening to a podcast in the very beginning, and Melissa Helser was talking about the importance of keeping your hearts alive and like saying to your heart, like, I can't lose you. And so I feel like whenever I'm always scared to do that, because I feel so much. And at the same time, I also, when the feelings come up, there's also like confusion or disappointment or anger, just different things you have to cipher through. And it's easier to just like check out and be like, well, God's good, and not really get honest with the Lord. And like when we had the inpatient, there was one day in the car I was driving home, and it must have been like day 12, and I just felt like, I was just like, God, I can't do this anymore. And I'm always afraid to get that bratty with God, because I don't want to be ungrateful. And I know on the other side of this, like if it's in heaven, even one day when I get to heaven, none of us are going to look at the Lord and be like, why did you do that? I remember reading this crazy account. Anyway, the point is, I don't think we're going to have any regret.
But you were about to get real off track.
I was about to get really off track.
You got to slow her down, folks.
One day I will. Anyway, the point is, I also felt this week, as I was like, God, what do you have for us this next week? And I just felt that phrase from the end of Psalm 23, where he says, surely goodness and mercy will follow you. And I was like, man, you've already spoken that. Like, I need something new. And I felt like he was just like, what I've already said is enough. If you'll just revisit what I've said. And I remember getting that verse, that end of Psalm 23 on my birthday last year, my 30th birthday. And I looked up what the word goodness meant, and it meant surely goodness, and it literally meant benignness of God. May the benignness of God chase after you all the days of your life. I just took it as like, oh, great, I'm not going to have cancer. And obviously this happened, did not know. But just really thankful that God is like big enough to handle all of my disappointment. I've had some people say like, you're so strong, and which is so encouraging. Like, I want people to think of us as like holding fast in faith, and we are, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that there's not real honest emotions. I just don't get on social media about it, and Chad doesn't either. When you say like, you just don't tell. I tell like my sweetest friends, people that are really close, and then in those really honest moments, I go to the Lord, and it's amazing what he can handle. And right when I got really bratty in the car and was like, I can't do this, he like came right away. And it wasn't that I felt rejection. It was like, okay, finally we have it out between us, and now we can deal with it. So I think for me, I'm just learning the humility of saying I am weak in this. This is pushing all my buttons, being very aware that it is, and then just saying, but he's perfect and his way is perfect.
To asking God to be God.
Right.
You're like, you come to that point, you're like, oh wait,
like I'm not supposed to be able to do this.
God.
Yeah. So I just think that the honesty before him, the wisdom of having close friends nearby to process through those things with, and then just hanging on to the promises of God and letting those be our comfort, and revisiting what he's already said. So those are our thoughts for this Tuesday. We are really excited to be in week 5. We're really honored to have you guys praying with us, and just like so encouraged by text messages and people who've reached out and just said that they're part of this and they're doing it. And not only that, but they're doing it for things in their own lives. It's so awesome. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.